Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Hellz, and welcome to the game review of Ratchet and Clank, or the reboot, or game remake, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I'm doing a review of this game because unfortunately I never got the pleasure of actually playing it for you guys because I found, I recorded it, I edited it, I was going to upload it. Oh, actually, no, I did upload it. Sorry, I wasn't about to. I did. I uploaded it. That morning, I woke up and I had a copyright complaint. Complaint, that's not the word. A copyright claim, sorry. So, unfortunately, I just deleted the video. I didn't want to have to suffer through another copyright complaint. I'm also going to take this time to tell you guys that in the next couple of days, maybe a week, I don't know, I suppose whenever I get time and get around to remembering it, I'm also going to be taking down the 2 Digimon parts of Cyber Sleuth's story because I don't like having that copyright claim on my channel. Like, it just, to me, it looks bad. Every time I scroll past them, I'm glad I've got views and likes on them, but unfortunately, having them on my channel, it doesn't look good, in my opinion. Like, even if it's not like a bad claim, it doesn't look good. So I want to get rid of them and just not have any copyright claims. Anyway, back into the Ratchet and Clank review. So I've decided to do this because I couldn't play it for you guys. Now, I actually played the original Ratchet and Clank when it came out I want to say 2002, but something's telling me that's wrong. Can't remember when it came out. I played it when I was younger. I played it when it first came out. Loved the series. I loved it. Like, all the Ratchet and Clank games, apart from a few of the spin-offs. But other than that, like the main 4 ones, like I can't remember their names, but yeah, so I liked them. So to see this reboot and remake, and one thing I have to also put into you guys too for all the arguments, this isn't just like a remastering. It is a full-on, like, they didn't just put a fresh coat of paint on it and go, oh yeah, that's perfect, that'll do, just re-release it again. They full-on built it from the ground up again with all the graphics, and it looks amazing. I wish I could show you guys how amazing it looks. I mean, you could probably find YouTube videos on it that you could probably watch. Unfortunately, it's not going to be me because I got the copyright complaint. Anyway, so the gameplay. Essentially, it's the same. It's the whole kind of kiddie, kind of gun gamey kind of thing. It looks really cool. The guns are big, a lot of firepower, a lot of enemies to go. You get hoarded with enemies at once. One thing I found really cool, though, is they brought in guns from the other Ratchet and Clank games into it. So, I'm just trying to think. I think there's a gun called Mr. Zirxon. Now, I don't know if it is in the original, like the first Ratchet and Clank. I do know it's in number 2 because I vaguely remember playing it on the PS2. But yeah, like they've brought that. They've brought a couple other guns that I can't quite name because there's so many guns I can't think of them all. But they've brought a lot of guns into the first game again, and it's really cool. And they've also brought some of the newer mechanics. For example, in the first Ratchet and Clank game, when you bought a gun, it was the gun. Like, that was it. There was no really upgrading it. I think you can get like the gold versions of each gun, but that was about it. And for this one, they've brought in the whole leveling system, and you can use the raritanium to level up the guns further to get more ammo and to get more range or whatever it needs to do. So I thought that was a really cool. They just bring in the old, like the newest stuff back into the very first game and watching you play through it. I thought, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. For the actual gameplay itself of the story, I've noticed I have changed a few things because there's a movie linking the game. Like, so they made the game years ago. So now they reamped it. They made a movie about it, but the game has scenes from the movie, and that is why the copyright claim was made. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks. I could have cut those scenes out, but at the same time, what's the point in that? Then you're just going to be watching a game. You wouldn't know really what's going on. Plus, there's some pretty good jokes in it. Like, as bad as the jokes are, if you've ever played a Ratchet and Clank game, there are some really good ones in it that I actually chuckled at quite well. And some of them are good. Some of them are quite child-friendly. But that's really cool that Ratchet and Clank and, I can't think of the name, Insomniac Games does. It's really cool that they can add like the kiddish humor, but then they throw a couple of really dirty jokes in, and it appeals to a wide range of characters and audiences, and it's really cool that a game series does that. Like, there are some games that only focus on the adult play or only focus on the kid play. And let's face it, as an adult now, because I am an adult, we do want to play more adult games. We don't really want the kiddiness in it, but I think for me, what really made me win this game over and the reason why I enjoyed playing it is the nostalgia of it, because I played it when I was a kid. So to play it now as an adult, you have a different perspective of it, and it's how you perceive the game, and it's really cool that as an adult now I get to play through this game again, because my PS2 broke, so I can't actually play the original that I have on PS2. So it's really cool to be able to play through it again, regardless of the fact that it's changed and the story elements have changed slightly in it. So yeah, it's really cool for that. Okay, so moving on to game mechanics. Now, it's pretty much the same game mechanics. There's a few things that have changed, like I mentioned before. The guns level up. You can upgrade them further with Raritanium. Your health bar levels up. It's not just army you find anymore. You actually have to, as you kill things, you gain experience to level up your health. I have noticed one new game mechanic that really stood out for me was the fact that you can get cards now. Like, it seems to be one of the collectible things to do. And with these cards, it unlocks, you get cards of the guns, and by getting all them, it upgrades that particular gun. Or if you get a certain character, it would upgrade, I don't know, your stats, or it would upgrade your health or something like that. I can't remember what all of them did. I'm still missing quite a few of them in my game, to be honest. But you'd either find them around the place or by killing things. And I thought that was a really cool mechanic of collecting. And I also found out too that if you have 5 duplicates of the same card, you can trade them in for one of the cards you don't have. So that was a really cool element into it. And it also brought in how you get the Rhino gun in this game. Because in the original Ratchet and Clank, you had to get 1,000,000 bolts. And then you could trade that in for the Rhino gun, which the Rhino gun was, if you don't know, is just, it pretty much, imagine lots of rocket launchers on it, and it creates devastation. It really does. It's a really fun gun to use, but oh my. But to get the Rhino cards, you need to collect the packs, and when you open a pack, randomly you'll get a Rhino card, and you need to get all 3 sets of the Rhino, which I still haven't done yet, which I'm trying to work on still. But, trying to play games through other games as well. Yeah, I'm trying not to make sure that I either focus on recording or I focus on just playing the games. I try to split my life evenly with that around work as well. So I haven't had a great deal of time to play the Ratchet and Clank game yet. I haven't actually finished it yet either, but I'm close to the end. I know it. I remember the majority of this story. Likes of the game. I love the game. I thought it was really cool. It's probably more of a nostalgia thing for me than anything, but I found it really good. Just, I don't know, I said, nostalgia won it for me. I really enjoyed the gun leveling again, because when I got one of the ones I remember playing and loving the most was Ratchet Gladiator. Now apparently it went through it was called Deadlock, and there's a few other names that was known by region, I found out the other day. Anyway, for me it was called Gladiator, and it was where Ratchet got sent into the Gladiator planet, gets to go to different planets and can participate in being some weird, I don't know, it's like a game show almost. And I really enjoyed that the guns could level up, and you get, not only do they already give you a massive catalog of guns, but they also give the ability to level up. They change, they get better. And I really liked that they brought that into this Ratchet and Clank game. So, instead of it just being the general gun, once you've bought this gun, that's it. There's nothing else you can do with it. I like that they bring the element of change into it. You can level it up. And then once you get the Raritanium, you get better ammo, better firepower. The gun changes and evolves, and it makes it for a more fun experience. What I don't like about the game really isn't a lot. I suppose from a dislike point of view, you could really say the kiddish humor, but like I said, I like it because it appeals to a larger crowd. As an adult now, some of the kiddie humor is a bit oh god, really, they just said that? That is lame. But like I said, it is good for a range of variety of audiences. I don't really have a lot of dislikes for this game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if it's because of nostalgia or or what, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So I don't actually have a lot of dislikes to really get onto that. Replay value. Now, with the replay value, because I haven't actually got to the end of the game, I can't actually confirm or not whether there is a feature in this game yet. In the original Ratchet and Clank, there was a new game plus where you get to go through the game again. You have all your gold guns. I can't remember what the point and idea of it was. Like, I think it was just so you could get more bolts and, you know, you could try to collect everything. But because I haven't actually hit the end of this game yet, I haven't been able to play it long enough to hit the end of this game, I don't know if there is a new game plus in this, which for replay value, a new game plus would make it beneficial. But at the same time, I don't like if there is, let's say there is a new game plus in this game, which I'm assuming there is. I don't know what it offers yet. I don't know if there's any special guns or anything you can get by doing a new game plus. So I can't really give you a great review on whether the replay value of it is actually good. But I'm assuming they're going to have a new game plus in it. There's going to be something you can get by doing the new game plus. So I'll have to wait and find out. Yeah, I'll either mention it in another video I do further down the line when I finally finish it, or maybe you guys already know, or maybe you guys can find out on yourself by buying the game or something. My rating on this game. Now, I hate being generous because you guys have only really seen me do a few game review videos, because mainly the reviews I do for games are games I haven't already played for you guys. So I try to keep it so the game review section of my channel is for the games that I either couldn't show you guys or games I just didn't have time or it didn't record properly. So at the moment, there's only been a couple of games that I haven't been able to play for you guys that I have found so far while doing this YouTube channel. But my rating for this game, I'd probably have to give it about a 4 stars, I reckon. Like, it's a great game. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. I would never give it like a 3-star rating, would be underselling it. A 5-star, you probably won't really see me throw a 5-star out there, because a 5-star means to me it's perfect. And there probably are flaws with it that I haven't really, like, sitting here trying to do the review video, it's very hard to find a flaw with a game unless you're playing it, because when you're playing it, you remember it. But when you're not playing it, you're kind of vague about it, unless it's a really big, like it's a massive thorn kind of in the game process. But I really enjoyed the game. I 4-star it. Like, I'd recommend playing it if you like a kind of gunny kind of game that has that enjoys its comedy as well as it being kind of challenging in certain points of the game, and it has a pretty cool story to it as well. So it's, to me, and it's good for all ages, and that's what I loved about Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that. Games like that where they were old enough that they didn't make them too adult or too kiddie. It's kind of the best of both worlds in some situation. Would I recommend this game? Yes, I would. Honestly, if you guys have a PS4 and you did play the original Ratchet and Clank, or you've never actually heard of Ratchet and Clank and you looked at it and thought, yeah, that doesn't look too bad, get it. Seriously, it's a fun game to play. Like, you can make the difficulty on it quite hard for a challenge, but if you just want to blaze through it, just whack it on easy and just go for it. Like, it's quite a fun little enjoyable game, especially if you're one of those people that like to collect things in the game as well. It's not too bad to collect everything in. Like, when I first played it years ago, I will pull up a walkthrough and I collected everything, and it was really fun to do so in, like, getting all the gold bolts and, you know, buying all the guns and the rhino and all the optional little mini games you get to do on it, as annoying as they can be sometimes. Really fun experience. I really enjoyed the game. If you like this kind of game style, or like I said, you've played Ratchet and Clank before, go out and get it. It's a really, really fun game. It wasn't that expensive. It didn't cost that much. Like, it wasn't like a full-on new game. Like, I live in Australia, so like a new game on PS4 is about $100, give or take. But the Ratchet and Clank game was only about 50. So it wasn't even that expensive. So if you've already got a PS4 and, you know, like I said, you want to play, I'd suggest you go out and give it. So thank you guys for watching this game review of Ratchet and Clank, the reboot or the remake or whatever you want to call it. Give this video a like if you enjoyed my game reviews and you want to see more game reviews, or you just want to see more of me, either one. Subscribe for more daily videos done by me. Most of them are Let's Plays. I will do a few game reviews or random challenges here and there whenever the mood strikes me or I find something entertaining enough that I think you guys might enjoy. Go down into my description box and check out all the other playlists of games that I have done, as well as some of the other game reviews or challenges that I've also done. And I'll see you guys in the next adventure of any game I do.